Madam Speaker, I asked the Minister about his failed environmental policies in my original question period. Since then, Canadians have discovered more environmental failures by this Liberal government. An email obtained from the Environment Minister's Department revealed that a senior official at Parks Canada was, for some reason, considering the political perception of prescribed burns. 5 months before the devastating wildfires in Jasper National Park, a Parks Canada official sent an email that stated, and I quote, "At what point do we make the organizational decision to cancel planned prescribed burns in Western Canada? As more and more media articles raise public concern over drought condition, public and political perception may become more important than actual prescription windows." End quote. Why was the Environment Minister's senior official considering political optics and media articles over proper forest management?
Okay, the Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, climate change is fundamentally changing the way in which Canadians live their lives. From extreme weather events to the price of food, climate change is making life more expensive. Climate-related impacts are already costing the average Canadian household $720 per year and are likely to rise to $2,000 per year by 2050 without government taking action to reduce emissions. Our government is taking decisive action to combat the effects of climate change because the cost of inaction is too great. This summer, Canadians watched in horror as parts of Jasper were ravaged by devastating wildfires. Our government is stepping up to help communities combat the effects of climate change, whether it be wildfires, floods, droughts, or hurricanes. Canadians want a government that uses every tool to combat the deadly effects of climate change, and carbon pricing is an essential tool in our toolbox for combating climate change. Experts agree carbon pricing is the most cost-effective way of combating climate change. The Canadian carbon rebate puts more money back into the vast majority of Canadians' pockets. In fact, on October 15th, residents in the riding of Dauphin Swan River, Nipawin, and across Canada can look forward to their Canada carbon rebate. Additionally, households in rural communities will receive a 20% top-up to their CCR, which reflects the unique circumstances they face. But Conservatives are uninterested in what the government has to say. Their claim that pollution pricing is causing inflation is simply not true. The reality is that carbon pricing is not causing inflation, that the Bank of Canada estimates the carbon price contributes less than 0.15% of inflation every year. So it is worth asking, why have the Conservatives spent this much time undermining carbon pricing when Canadians are better off? With the new revelations that senior Conservative advisors are confirming that they would let industrial polluters off the hook, combined with the reports that the leader of the opposition met with dozens of oil and gas CEOs at private fundraisers. Their motivations are very clear. This isn't about helping Canadians, and never was. It was always an effort to serve his ultra-rich, big polluter friends, especially those in the oil and gas industry. The Conservative position on carbon pricing is clearly designed to create political cover for them to try and let their leaders' friends in big oil and gas and other heavy industries pollute for free, while ending the Canada carbon rebate and leaving Canadians on the hook to pay for the cost of that pollution. Putting a price on pollution is a proven affordable method of reducing emissions and continues to be an important tool in combating climate change. Our government is stepping up to protect the environment that will ensure that future generations will have a place to live in. It's a shame that other parties won't do the same. Thank you.
The Honourable Member for Dauphin Swan River, Nipawin.
Madam Speaker, the member talked about the cost of inaction. The cost of inaction and improper forest management cost the community of Jasper $1 billion. I think you let that sink in for a little bit. $1 billion in the cost of inaction. So I'll ask the member again. Was the Environment Minister aware of that his senior officials at Parks Canada discussed cancelling prescribed burns because of political perception? Yes or no, Madam Speaker?
Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, the Conservatives point their fingers in all different types of places, but they can't come to the realization that the climate crisis is real, that climate change is real, that it wasn't a bureaucrat, it wasn't failed policies. Climate crisis is upon us, and it's costing us money today. The effects of climate change are too great to ignore, and that is why our government is committed to delivering on concrete climate solutions, which include pollution pricing. Our government is focused on the bigger picture, protecting Canadians from the devastating impacts of climate change for future generations, and ensuring a prosperous future for generations to come. Pollution pricing is working for Canadians, and it's crucial as we work towards combating the effects of climate change that our government stay committed to protecting the environment while making life more affordable for Canadians. And that is what we will continue to do. Thank you.